Okay, here we are, test 2, section A. This is a drawing. I've added this to our drawing just to make it a little easier to understand from a distance. And what do we have? So, again, I always like to try to draw circles because it's easier to draw a line tangent to a circle than to align a circle tangent. So, first thing you want to do is change our layer to visible. Then we can draw our circle, and it's over there, and then grab this point. So there is our inner circle, or our outer circle, and then the other circle, and this radius is grabbed from the top. That was radius 10. Now we can draw our lines. And I forgot the lines up top, but this is going to be 60, and then we're not quite sure, so we'll have to come from the bottom. And this is 110, and it goes up 10, and then comes back there. So now we have this side outline. We can come through, grab this point here. And there. So now the top view is actually finished. We can now trim. What's happening? Trim that arc. So now we have that. And what else do we need in our circle? We have a hidden line. And where does it go? Looking, it's 80 in from that. And the total height. What is the total height? Oh, it's 35 down from the top. So that will be in our hidden lines. So it'll be aligned with this. Let's go down, let's say 35. And over there. But actually this is a hollow section, so this actually goes down to there. So that's going to be the hidden section corresponding to this flat surface right there. We need this intersection. Actually, we needed that to actually draw this, but that was given to you already. So, next up is the drawing construction lines to get our third view. And so, XL is construction lines. Grab both of these points. We need a horizontal and a vertical and a 90 degrees. And then we can copy these from there and then grab our important points. And then we can take this and again grab the intersections here, 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 and there. So this gives us our grid. Okay, that did cross in the right spot. So, what is this going to look like? Well, it's going to be solid. This point is going to be solid. This is going to be an L shape. So we can come back here, just draw our basic outline. And then just use object snap tracking. It's going to be there, it's going to be there, that's going to go down. There, there, there. So that's a profile view, and then we need this front surface here. So that's this front surface right there. We have that surface there. Now we need some hidden lines. since we already have our hole set up and the hole is just rotationally symmetric, we can copy this from here to there, and then we can come by and rotate this, let's say about there, and we want to rotate it 90, and then one too many things. We want to move this from there to there. So now our hole is lined up. We can now copy this from here to there. And again, the object snap tracking really speeds up that process. And lastly, we need to get a center line in the circle. Oops. I didn't want to do that. Copy it. The center goes to the center. And now we can rotate this about the center and 90 degrees. Let's try this again. Rotate the center line about the center, and then we want to copy it and then 90 degrees. So now we have a nice cross right there. And then lastly, we have this back cut there, so we need to add some center lines, some hidden lines back there, from that corner down to there, and from that corner down to there. Now we can go ahead and turn off our construction lines, and since the picture was put in the construction layer, it goes away as well. And so, looking at it, I think we have everything we need actually for our drawing. So next step is to go into our layout. There's our viewport, and actually the paper scaling was wrong, so we want to go to print, page setup, modify. So this is where you want to go into our paper, DWG to PDF, and then the paper is A4 since it's a metric drawing, but what we really want is the English 8.5 by 11 drawing. We want to, so 1 inch is equal to 25.4 units. That's the scaling between inches and millimeters. And I think we're good to go. So now our paper size is 8.5 by 11, and full bleed means that the margins end at this corner right there. So now we can go and insert a title block. So let's see, does this do autocomplete? TI? No, it doesn't want to do that. A little bit further. Title land is what we're wanting. Open insertion point. Since the margins end at 0, 0, if we inserted it, it'll line up correctly. And then the scaling we need is 25.4 because we drew it in inches and it's in millimeters. And then basically we're good to go. We can explode it automatically, and then we can edit it automatically. But if it doesn't get stuck in the right place, then it's easier to move it when it's not exploded. So hit OK. Now this looks right. Nice margins all around. So we're good to go there. Now here is our viewport. In our viewport, if we double click in there, it's a window into our drawing. And if so it says down here we're in model space. If we click on this, now we're in paper space. And so now we're moving our paper around. So this is actual paper that we're going to be looking at. So what we want to do is take our viewport and move it so that it's basically filling up our title block. And then what we want to do is take our viewport and place it on the layout layer. And then what we want to do is turn off our layout layer. So now we don't have the line around it for our viewport. The other thing you can do is just align the viewport with the edge of the title block. That's another thing you can do, and then put it in the visible layer. So now double click inside our viewport. Now we're inside our viewport. Now we can come down here. This is our scaling. So first thing I do is do a scale to fit, but it's still trying to, it has, in its mind, it has that object back up in the corner. So pan it, that's holding down the center wheel on the mouse. Let's try 1 to 1. 1 to 1, it looks like it'll just fit 1 to 1. So now our scale down here is 1 to 1. So we can come into our block. We can't read it because it's a title block. It's all a block. So we need to explode. And now if we double click on our scale, now we're able to add 1 to 1. So now we're done with the test.